Hey guys, welcome to the podcast. Nate and Noah are here today. Nate picked our movie for this week, so if you guys want to just go ahead and tune off now, we won't blame you.
Oh, come on.
But anyways, Nate's gonna kick us off with some movie news, so he can delay the inevitable bashing of this movie that me and Noah are gonna give it. So Nate, why don't you dig into
Oh,
some movie news?
oh no. All right, I
I,
guess.
I'm just interested to hear Nate's arguments though.
No, I
Like
don't.
this could be this is the first this is gonna be like the first podcast where we've ever had like very different opinions because I feel like we've always agreed on everything
Well, yeah,
fairly
because we
much.
pick pretty good movies, so like it's kind
Mm.
of normally hard
Like
to be like.
okay, we're gonna try and bash Nate, but at the same time, actually genius pick by Nate picking a polarizing movie because that's gonna create an interesting conversation.
Yeah,
Like it's actually genius.
I
yeah.
didn't think it would. I honestly did not think it would be as polarizing as it was.
Our four loyal
Listen,
viewers will
okay.
like this
Listen, I
episode.
don't. All right, let's just preface this right away. I don't absolutely hate this movie, but I
I
feel
do.
like Ryan does.
Ryan,
Ryan does.
well, we will get into it. Me and Ryan talked just for a second, but we will get into it
Mhm.
because I know what Ryan's
Right.
going to say.
Mhm.
Can
But
I read my letterbox review at
yes,
some point?
after I'm done with movie news, I'll let
Movie
you read
knows
your
how.
letterbox review.
Please do movie news.
All right. Today's the 25th anniversary of American Psycho, released in theaters on this day. So cool,
Was
I
that
guess.
today or was that
Uh,
earlier this week?
it was today. I saw it on Twitter. It was when I wrote it down. It had been posted 44 minutes ago. So
Ooh.
probably posted by like an hour ago at this point.
Nate's like, I wrote it down on Wednesday, but it was posted 44 minutes ago at the time when I wrote it.
No, it was today. The Last of Us season 2 premiered last night with I think it was episode 1 and 2 premiered last night. Uh,
I haven't watched it yet. I'll watch it,
I
but
still haven't watched season 1, so
it's a good show. People
uh,
like to hate on it, but it's a pretty solid
I just
show.
I never liked the games. I never watched it. I'll check it out eventually. I'm sure.
Yeah, that's fair.
King of Kings, the animated movie about Jesus, debuted on CinemaScore with an A plus, which it's only the 128th movie to do so.
Yeah, my friends saw it. Uh, but my friend went and saw it with his girlfriend. So apparently it was
I mean,
pretty good.
I'll probably go see it. Animated movie about Jesus, sign me up.
Animated Jesus about movie, sign me up.
All right. Warner Brothers announced they're working on three new projects, which are a new Gremlins and Goonies movies, as well as a Ocean's prequel starring Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling, which is going to be set
Are
during the
the
Monaco Grand Prix.
are those two separate movies, or are we getting a Gremlins v Goonies slash mashup?
Uh, the way I interpreted it, it was two separate movies, but now I'm really hoping that it's a mashup.
You know what I want? I mentioned this when we talked about the Minecraft movie. I thought it was a missed opportunity that they didn't make the Minecraft movie 5 hours and just have somebody go AFK for like two of those hours. I think it'd be really funny if we got like a Mario Party movie and the movie at some point just restarts because the N64 is rebooting because somebody was AFK for too long.
That would be really funny. It'd be very meta.
Uh, it's like the old Mystery Science Theater 3000, where it's just like three dudes making fun of movies, and then they just make a Mario Party movie. It's just people actually playing Mario Party.
All right. Our final piece of movie news for today is that Lucasfilm is threatening to release a new Star Wars project.
Oh, wonderful!
Mm.
I can't
However,
wait for another.
it's a Star Wars horror project.
Oh, okay. I did see that. I'm kind of excited about that, depending on the name that they attach to it. If it's Osgood Perkins, sign me up.
I
I feel like
really
that could,
hope.
I feel like that could Star Wars 4 that could go really really good or really 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 bad.
Wait, it's
No
just
in
Star
between.
Wars horror. Just watch the sequel trilogy.
Trying to watch the Star Wars sequels. I remember when I watched them all in one day.
Yeah,
Never
and
again.
What was that? What was that storyline with like the zombie stormtroopers? That would be pretty sick.
Yeah, that would be cool, or just Darth Vader horror
Yeah, just
movie
an
would be cool.
R-rated Vader horror movie.
Or just like a
Uh,
good movie, like well written and well directed.
Hold on now.
Noah,
No, you're asking for too
no,
much here.
Noah, I thought watching the sequels was like a 3-day process for you.
No. I pounded it all out on one day because I did my whole Star Wars marathon in 3 days.
No, I know you watched the movies in one day, but didn't you have to be contained to a mental hospital for the next two?
Oh yeah, I shouldn't have been released so early.
All right, that's all I had for movie news.
I have something.
Oh,
Your Honor, I have something. So this is more of a rant than anything, but you know what? I'm the one who posts these videos on YouTube. I can talk about whatever the fuck I want. Uh, Joseph Quinn says that Johnny Storm won't be the same womanizing devil may care type like past versions. So this was my problem when they signed on Joseph Quinn to be Johnny Johnny Storm. Joseph Quinn looks like a fucking dork. He looks like a loser.
Damn, what
And
did
I
Joseph
guess
Quinn do to you?
nothing. I think he's
no,
a great actor.
Joseph
jo-
Quinn's a solid actor and
Joseph
stuff,
Quinn
but
He's
is
a
a
great.
Joseph Quinn is a
He's
great
a great
actor, but Johnny
He's a
Storm
great
in
actor.
the comics is supposed to be this very good-looking womanizing superhero.
I think some people find Joseph Quinn good looking. Like, I mean,
Yeah, but some people found Ted Bundy attractive. So I think they circumnavigated the issue of Joseph Quinn looking like a fucking dork, where they're just like, all right, let's just make Johnny Storm a fucking dork. So
yeah.
they're just making the character a loser because Joseph Quinn looks like he lives in his mom's basement.
Yeah, Joseph Quinn. I mean, he's not unattractive. He's just unconventionally
I mean,
attractive, if that makes sense.
I don't think. Well, okay, hold up. Okay, let me refresh myself on what Joseph Quinn like looks like outside of Stranger Things. This is always what I think of him from.
Just
He
So
pretty
like,
much
hold on.
looks the exact same. Just
they
the way my
released
hair.
a
No, he
new.
doesn't. He doesn't look like a complete loser.
No. Let me show you what he looks like in the movie.
He looks like
Yeah.
he looks like if you
Like in,
gave
like in
Mark
real life, he looks like a normal guy. Like he don't look
no
bad.
he looks like if you gave Mark Zuckerberg test.
I mean, yeah, but like it doesn't look horrible.
No, he just looks like a nerd.
I mean, kind of nerdy, not like super nerdy though. You were
This
calling him like a full on like loser and stuff.
this is what he
Like he
looks like
doesn't.
in the movie.
Uh, no, that guy is a virgin.
Yeah,
Exactly. He looks like a
Yeah.
dork.
Okay. See, in real life, he actually looks like a normal guy, and I'm like, all right, this guy could actually like pull somebody. This guy in the movie cannot. That's
no,
not Johnny. What did they do to my boy? What did they do to
What
Johnny Storm?
what happened to the
it's
game
okay.
I love?
The
Look how
reason
they
Johnny
massacred my boy.
the reason this Johnny Storm became Human Torch is because he couldn't feel the heat of another woman touching him because he's so lonely. So he had to
hmm
circumnavigate that issue and just become the Human Torch.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
I guess.
I can't wait for the inevitable Johnny Storm Bobby Drake crossover where they make out. It's gonna be my favorite moment in Marvel Cinematic history.
Anyway,
Some people love the Endgame moment where they're all coming out of the portals. I want my Johnny Storm Bobby Drake moment. Damn it! Yeah, you can give me the crickets. This is my fan fiction, not yours. Damn it!
My bad. All
Yeah,
right.
that's all I have. Now we can get into today's shit show.
Can we not? Can I have just 2 minutes where I just enjoy this movie before you guys shit on it?
Noah, what do you think? Should we give it to him?
I suppose.
All
No,
right,
no, it's fine. I had 3 hours to enjoy it today. Go ahead, Ryan. Read your letterbox review.
enjoy your movie, peasant. All right. Here's my letterbox review. Bad movie. Stupid movie. people will try to claim that it's a misunderstood masterpiece, which explains why film bros get no bitches. Brad Pitt was cool. The end.
All right, here are my thoughts. So
Oh,
Babylon is
wait,
a
hold up, hold
2022 film directed by Damien Chazelle.
up. Nate just commented a brownie face on my letterbox review.
You know,
I got the
I was about to read the synopsis for a bit, but the synopsis is utterly retarded, just like the movie.
yeah. So is this movie.
Wait, I actually haven't read the synopsis. Let me read it real quick.
It's
Hey,
I
did you
don't know,
guys
it's the most vague thing of all time. I didn't bother doing it.
know that this movie is a love letter to classic films? I couldn't tell. It was
Okay,
kind of
we'll get
subtle.
it. No, I'll rant about that later. Trust. Anyway, uh, so okay, so before watching this, I had no idea what this movie was about going into it, right? So then I was trying to like look up a synopsis, and the like one that's like the popular one, like on Letterboxd, and then when you just Google search it, it's the most vague thing of all time, and I'm like, okay, so what is this about? And it took me forever to find something that actually like explained what the plot kind of was.
I
But
still
I had
don't
to go
know.
through like five different things, and at least like it gave me an idea of what I was getting into. But even then, I still had no idea what I was getting into because it's such a weird movie. But yeah, at
There
least
is
I knew
there is no
kind of
plot.
what it was
This
about.
movie is just like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. There is no plot.
Once
No,
Upon a
no,
Time in
no,
Hollywood,
no.
if it was freaking terrible.
Yeah, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is fun. This movie is
Okay,
not
well,
fun.
okay, hold up. Parts of this are kind of fun. I like the scenes where it's like them like making the movie or whatever. I like the part where they take like 500,000 takes to finally get it right with the sound and all that with Margot Robbie's character. Forgot her name, of course. Um,
Mhm.
but I kind of like where they're just like fighting with each other the whole time. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a fun scene, but then you contrast it with like a 30-minute orgy and then a scene
And
where
Tobey
Margot Robbie
Maguire's sex dungeon.
the a literal scene where Margot Robbie has like a Mortal Kombat fight with a snake. Like
Okay, you
That was
know
that was
that was
funny.
retarded, but that was hilarious.
That was
I
so
love
funny.
that. I was
it
gonna bring
is
that up
funny.
as a scene I liked.
That was a hilarious scene.
Ryan, I think you
Yeah,
hate fun.
no, I just hate this movie.
Do you hate joy? Do you not take joy in Margot Robbie fighting off a snake in front of a bunch of people and then freaking Brad Pitt just sitting there watching it forever and then he just randomly runs off and gets hit by a freaking car?
I forgot about that part.
Shout out Brad Pitt.
Shout out
Yeah,
Brad
Brad
Pitt.
Pitt was cool
That was
though.
the best part of the movie was this character. But if you you know, I wish we could put the screenshot up on this recording. So I was just like updating the movie chat at IG while I was watching like the last hour of this movie. 'Cause it was just so yeah. But it got to the part where I was like, all right, so we finally got away from Tobey Maguire's stuff, which was scarred me for life. And then so I was like, oh, so Brad Pitt's character is here. Jack Conrad, shout out to him. He's making this movie better. And then he freaking killed himself, and I was in
Shout out to Jack Conrad.
ruined my day.
This is exactly what Noah said. He said, "Shout out to Jack Conrad for getting us away from this weird ass storyline." And then like 10 minutes later, he posts a picture of James on on his knees, and he goes, "Never mind, he killed himself."
I will Nate, I'll send you that screenshot. If you can include it in the email, I will put it in the episode
Absolutely,
right here.
absolutely.
Can
I'm
I
Dude,
get a time?
I knew I was gonna make a
uh
Hall of Fame screenshot right
for
away when he killed himself.
right about 14 minutes, Ryan. I'll text it to you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, it
Uh,
was like I was like, all right, let me get invested in the Jack Conrad story. And it's like, all right, oh, he's all washed up and stuff. I'm like, okay. I mean, it's the basic storyline, but okay, it's kind of cool. And then he killed himself, and I'm like, oh no, the only reason I was watching this movie is gone.
oh
Well,
no, now I can turn it off.
No, I mean
well, unfortunately, I
honestly
should have turned it off. But
at that point you could have turned it off and it would have been
what would I have missed?
you
Like
wouldn't have missed
This
much.
the
freaking
montage,
man,
the
Yeah,
TikTok
the
Manny
edit.
went
TikTok
to
montage at the end.
the TikTok montage, then Manny like left and then came back. What the heck happened with Margot Robbie's character, by the
She
way?
just like
She just
disappeared.
disappeared. Did she kill herself too, I guess? I mean,
I think so.
she definitely wanted to. I think everybody in this movie wanted to kill themselves. So probably because they were in this movie, and I would want to kill myself in this movie too. Um,
Yeah,
but yeah,
it's kind of like at agreement with the audience. The cast feels what the audience also feels while watching this movie.
no, Ryan, you don't get it. This is a misunderstood masterpiece, and it's a 5-star movie.
All right,
I
all
think that's
right.
what Nate feels.
No, it's
No,
not.
okay. Listen. Nate's opinion is not as bad. He gave it 4 stars, which is like, okay, I can see kind of some appeal for the first 2 hours.
No, no.
So
All right, all right, all right.
I don't blame Nate for liking this movie, but the people that are like 5-star movie, absolute masterpiece. What are you watching, bro? Did you not watch the weird Tobey Maguire? You were like, oh yeah, the part where Tobey Maguire gives the main characters a tour of a freaking sex dungeon. Yeah, that was a really cinematic masterpiece there.
Absolute cinema.
All right, all right. Let me get into it for a second. Just so I can preface why I even picked this movie, because I know this was a controversial movie to pick because not many people like it. So I have seen this movie.
I'm wa-
I've seen this
Well,
movie
the
three
freaking
times in my
cinephiles
life.
on Letterboxd do.
Yeah, I'm not one of those. I've seen this movie 3 times in my life. I saw it when it came out in the theaters. I was one of like the 30 people that saw this movie in theaters. I'm sure I was the only one in my theater when this movie came out.
Yeah, this movie had probably the shittiest marketing campaign I've ever seen.
Yeah, it also came out like right at the end of COVID lockdowns.
No, it did not. You've said
It's a
this 4 times.
2022, bro. COVID in the big 2022 was washed up.
Listen, shit was still getting locked. Shit was still closed for COVID in
No, it,
2022.
no, it,
No,
no, it
no, it was
wasn't.
not.
No, it
Not
wasn't. It
not
was
by December.
my life was absolutely normal in 2022. There was like nothing shut down.
Well, maybe it was just
Yeah,
me
we were.
because of
2020.
where I. Maybe just because of where I was.
Oh yeah, because you freaking wait. Where'd you? Were you in
I think I was in New Mexico when this movie came out.
the heck? Okay, I don't even remember you being in New Mexico. When new
Anyway,
Nate Moore dropped.
anyway,
But
I
yeah, I
digress.
don't
So
know.
yes, I was one of the only people that saw this in theaters, and when I saw this, I thought this was a 5-star movie. Then I watched it again like 5 days ago at this point, and that's when I texted Ryan. I was like, "Oh, I don't know if I like this movie anymore," because
I don't know if I like this
Po-
one.
I know I
Post
did.
theater experience clarity.
No, and then I watched it again. I was like, "All right, it has a lot. It has bad moments, but I do really enjoy the first 2 hours." So it's like I do enjoy 2/3 of this film. Everything up, everything before we meet Tobey Maguire's character, I like that. Minus the 30-minute opening.
So let me get this straight. There's like an hour and a half for the movie. So this is a 3-hour movie. So by what you're saying, you like basically an hour and a half.
Yeah, you like half of the movie.
Yeah, yeah,
And so that equates to 4 stars.
yeah. Because I think the half of the
Yeah,
movie
like
that I really like is really well done.
I think if I'm doing my math properly, that should make it equate to 2.5 stars. But
okay, no. The first half could be really good. It could equate to about 3 or 3.5. I
No,
don't know about 4, but anyway, if you
so no,
enjoyed it
so
that much,
no.
sure.
The reason I like it so much is there's two main reasons. One, it's like we get to see the evolution between from silent films to sound and how actors struggled with
Yeah,
actually.
Just watch Singing in the Rain, low bro.
I mean, I do like Singing in the Rain.
yeah, it's a much
Yeah,
better movie.
it's a much better movie than this. And oh yeah, okay, you know what? I was about to rant about it, but you know what? I gotta save it for later. Oh my gosh, I'm so stupid.
No, I think seeing the evolution and seeing actors struggle with actually speaking in their movies, I think it was a cool evolution to see. I liked seeing how quickly somebody could rise to stardom, like we saw with Margot Robbie's character. And there was a scene. It was when Jack Conrad was on like his sixth wife or whatever, the Broadway actress,
No,
and
bro, trying to be like King Solomon.
no, but they kept arguing about film being considered a low art compared to theater. and it was when Jack Conrad was having like that interview with Eleanor, I think her name was, and he confronts her after he's not getting any more work, and she says to him that even after he dies, his impact on culture is still going to be felt because people 50 years after he dies are going to see his movies and they're going to feel like they were in the room with him. And I think that's genuinely true because like how many of our favorite movies, how many of the actors in that were dead before we were born?
I don't know, man. I started watching movies. I only like movies that came out after 2005, so maybe like Paul Walker, and that's about it.
I mean, Paul Walker died fairly recently.
I mean, I guess.
I mean, there are kids. I mean, there are people that were not alive when
Yeah,
Paul Walker passed away, but
but no,
Yeah, probably not people listening to this podcast though.
no,
they're
that's
like
true.
wait, hold on. How long ago was that?
That would have been
Like
like 2014, I think.
2014? Oh my gosh, some of those kids are like 11 years old already.
Wow, time flies just like he
20,
did out the windshield.
2013, he died.
What the? Dude, freaking kids entering middle school were not even alive when Paul Walker's passing was announced. Wow.
My Paul Walker joke just flew over both your guys' heads, just like he flew out of that windshield.
bro,
Okay.
bro was so proud of the joke, he said it twice. But no,
Yeah.
I think like looking at it somewhat objectively, that's why I like this movie so much. Is just because of that line, because it's true. Like at a certain point.
Objectively,
All right, yes, I know I said
Yeah,
objectively,
uh-huh.
Noah.
yeah, no, I'd
You know,
say
I was
I'd say
about to
it's
say something really mean, but I'm not going to.
No,
well,
that
you have to.
yeah, now you've already said it. You've already said it was mean, so now you got to say it.
No.
Me when I refuse.
You mean when I withhold information for no reason?
I'm not doing that.
No, that's why I like this movie so much is because it does reign true. Like at a certain point in our lives, we are going to look back at movies that came out 30, 40, 50 years ago and we're still going to resonate with them as if we were children, as if we were seeing them for the first time.
Yeah, but isn't that the same thing for the podcast?
There's so many things I could be saying right now that I just really don't want to say.
No, Noah,
Well, say that. Stop being
say
a
them,
pussy.
please.
Say
No,
that.
say them, please.
I'm just trying to just dump on this movie at any point possible, and it's just like, yeah, we're not gonna remember this movie, and even like tomorrow. Um,
No, I'm not saying this movie specifically. I'm just saying in
yeah,
general.
I know. I just wanted to dunk on this movie again.
Like I'm not crazy for thinking that, am I? Maybe I am, but
Just put the fries in the bag, bro.
all right.
I think you might be crazy.
Well, all right.
No,
Well,
you know what, you're not crazy because there's like apparently the letterbox overall scores like 3.8, so you're like around average opinion somehow.
all right. Well, most Letterboxd
So
fans are cinephiles.
yeah, they live in their mom's basement and have filmmaking dreams, but have never made a movie before. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
Crazy.
But
I
like,
was crazy once.
all right.
shut up, kill yourself. Okay, you know, Ryan, I don't agree with you anymore. This movie's actually good.
No.
No, I take
Fuck.
that back. I can't say that.
But no, like think about it this way. Like, no, your top four on Letterboxd are Whiplash, Shawshank, Pulp Fiction, and Godfather, right?
Bro got that
Okay.
memorized. Holy
No,
freaking
I just pulled
Noah
it. I just
letterbox
pulled it up.
glazer.
I just pulled it up.
No, you recited that from memory. You recited that from memory. You just keep up with my letterbox account so much like that.
I mean, I do.
Mhm.
I like all of his
Yeah,
reviews.
my number one fan right there.
No, but like even like so Pulp Fiction was what 94. That came out before you were born, and you're still able to resonate enough to it to the point where you can put it as your third favorite movie of all time.
Yeah. No, I mean,
Yeah.
what do I mean, I don't think Pulp Fiction's the type of movie where I'm like resonating with it. It's just like wildly entertaining.
Well,
But I
maybe
get your
okay,
point.
maybe resonates the wrong word, but
Yeah, I really resonate with all like the the shooting people and the feet in there and stuff and the N-word being said by like 10 times by Quentin Tarantino in that one scene.
I just want to make it clear I was wooing the feet, not the N word. I just want to make
Nah,
that clear.
nah,
I
we
know
know.
what you are.
I know who
I'm
you are.
I'm
I know what
familiar
you've
with your
done.
game.
You can't fool me. I'm familiar with your game.
No, but like
We know.
Ryan, like your second favorite movie of all time is 12 Angry Men, which came out in
Hmm
19. None of those people are alive anymore.
Oh man, we know Ryan would love the 1950s.
My heyday.
My heyday is crazy.
I do just want to say my top 4 on Letterboxd. Maybe it should be, but it's not. What do you call it? In order. I should probably fix that.
Dude, Nate, when you were saying like what resonates with me, you could have just pulled out Shawshank. That like actually like
Yeah, no,
resonated on a
Noah's
Yeah,
deeper
good
I
level.
person.
I could have. I looked down at my.
Fumble the bag.
I did fumble. I looked down and I saw Pulp Fiction first because of the red and the
No,
yellow right in my face.
bro pulled Rory McIlroy in the 2011 Masters. There's my
2011.
only was it 2011 or whatever? I don't know.
I was gonna
Freaking
say, didn't Rory win?
no.
Yeah.
And he had like a massive choke like way back in the day or something.
Oh, all right,
There's
all
like
right, all right, all right,
I
all
heard
right.
about that. Yeah, golf ball knowledge right there.
Golf
I
knowledge.
don't watch golf, but I don't know. I know that for some reason.
I only play golf. I don't watch it.
No, I play golf sometimes, and then I'm terrible, and
Hmm.
yeah, and it
Uncut
costs
I
too
play
much.
golf.
So,
uncut golf stream.
I play
oh
golf
my
because it's an.
gosh, do not
I play
record me
golf.
playing golf. Do not.
I I play golf because it's a socially acceptable reason to drink alcohol on a Monday at 8 in the morning. That's the
There's a
reason.
lot of socially acceptable reasons to drink alcohol, bro. Like,
Yeah,
there's
just go to a
that's
meaningless
pretty
April baseball game.
Yeah, but those don't happen at 8 on a Monday morning. Golf does.
true.
There's literally a game at 7:10 tomorrow.
AM?
AM,
Oh no, PM. I'm retarded.
Oh my
dumbass.
gosh. Yay, the Twins won a baseball game. We're 5-11. Oh my gosh.
It's alright. At least you're not the
You
Braves.
know, all right, let's focus on the Timberwolves. Timberwolves are the 6th seed now. Hooray.
The Atlanta
You know, it's
Braves are a
funny how
whopping 4-11.
there's a 1 game difference between the 3 and 6 seed. Wow.
All right, Ryan. I know you like to shit on this movie. Is there anything you like about it? Anything at all?
Well, he gave it
Let
a
me
like
think.
what was it like a 3 or something? Like there's got to be something.
He gave it a 2.
Like a 2. Wait, what? I thought he gave it a
He gave it two
or
stars,
like
3.5.
oh, okay, yeah,
He
that's what I
likes
meant.
Brad Pitt. That's what he said in the letterbox.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I like Brad Pitt. I like Toby Maguire and his yellow teeth.
You like Tobey Maguire in this?
No, not in this. I just like Toby Maguire in general.
Okay.
I was gonna say
I was gonna say
that's a hot take.
that's the worst part of the movie, bro.
Because
That's the part that
I
made me
like
want
this
to
movie
die.
and I don't even like him in this movie.
What, you don't like Tobey Maguire being a meth addict leading you down to a sex dungeon?
No, hit Tommy Maguire's inclusion was entirely unnecessary, which is incredibly weird because he was marketed as a main character when this movie was coming out.
You know,
Mm-hmm. Which is part
this
of the reason why this
movie
movie is shit.
this movie is so strange. It's like, Damien Chazelle was like, all right, I've seen Singing in the Rain. We'll put elements of that. Then we'll put like elements of The Great Gatsby for some reason, and then we'll make it all like really terrible.
No, that's what it is.
It's Singing in the Rain
Boom.
and Great Gatsby combined. That is what it. And Once Upon a Time in Hollywood because there's no plot structure.
It's
And
wait, hold up. Hold up.
combined together to create a cinematic disaster piece that's good and bad. And what did I watch?
All
Guys,
right.
I have let me cook. I have a theory. So I think Nick Carraway was so upset with the fact that his friend Jay Gatsby gets shot in the
Nick
pool.
Nick
That he
Carraway became a
ran,
meth addict.
he ran to Hollywood, became a meth addict, and started a sex dungeon. And those movies take place in the same world.
Shit,
You might
you
be
might
onto
be
something
right.
here.
Yeah. But there isn't enough Jay-Z and Kanye music for these 1920s parties though.
See, but you can't shit on Great Gatsby for that, because it was either
Yes, I
you.
can.
Well, it was either you or Nate who said it was fine when Rick Ross was in Django.
No, it
So
was
you can't
me.
play both sides of that argument.
No,
Okay,
that
so it's
was
just
Oh,
me.
no. It was fine for that because it was badass.
I don't know. Kanye's pretty badass. You see what he's been saying in the news recently?
All right.
You know, Kanye West and Bryce Mitchell have a lot in common.
I texted my friend last night. I said, Bryce, and then in air quotes I put Hitler. Mitchell is cooked.
Oh boy.
Oh man, I did not see that one coming.
I hate Bryce Mitchell, bro.
Bro didn't even peep the joke. I'm sad.
Didn't see that one coming. You got knocked the
Thank you.
fucking.
Thug Nasty is his name. Is his nickname? That's crazy.
Who?
Yeah.
Bryce Mitchell?
Bryce Mitchell.
The only group of
Nasty.
people that he's considered a thug to is Jewish people, because he probably beats them up and
Yeah.
leaves them on the street.
You know, I remember so like I'm very much a UFC casual, so like I heard about like Bryce Mitchell like talking about Jesus and stuff. I was like, all right, I like this guy. And then I heard he's a Nazi. I'm like, boo, bad. We don't like him
Boo.
anymore.
Yeah, Bryce Mitchell is a
Guys,
perfect.
hot take, Nazi, bad. We don't like them.
Bryce Mitchell is the.
Volk's nickname is just the Great.
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
That's
obviously.
badass.
Anyway, let Ryan talk.
Bryce Mitchell is the perfect example of why people don't like Christians, because they're like, "Oh, I love Jesus," and everybody's like, "Cool," and he's like, "I also love Hitler," and then everybody's like,
Hey guys, Hitler was actually a good person. Let me pull a freaking Kanye West here.
yeah."
But I mean, I guess when Kanye did his Nazi stuff, he like denounced Christianity, so at least like he's not like attached to that while he's doing this BS. So like, there's that.
All right.
Bryce Mitchell made a Hitler and Jesus tag together on the field trip, so
That's crazy.
he's
No.
putting both of them together.
That's wild.
No,
All right,
they do
Ryan.
not belong together. I mean, Hitler's looking up a little confused, so.
Looking up a little confused.
He's like, even I know I was a bad guy. Stop rooting for me.
Hold on. This is just a tangent again. I don't care. We're gonna make Nate's episode long. So have you all seen that trend on TikTok or whatever where it's like people are like, oh yeah, the devil couldn't get me, so he made me cheat on my boyfriend or something. And then there's just like this meme where it's like the devil during this, that's just him sleeping on a bed. Like I don't think the devil made you cheat on your freaking boyfriend, bro. Like I think you made the conscious decision.
I have a hot take. I don't think the devil cares.
No, he did not.
The devil did not take part in this one. That was all you. Does the devil know about this?
Is the devil? I'm not gonna say that. I don't need to be summoning demons in my house tonight.
Were you gonna say, is the devil in the room with us?
Yes, that's exactly what I was gonna say.
The room?
Which,
Tell me Rizzo, the room.
I hate to bust all over you, but I think I would enjoy watching The Room more than I'd enjoy doing a rewatch of Babylon.
I'd rather rewatch the Minecraft movie.
Like straight up honesty, I think I would have more fun watching The Room and shitting on it than I would watching this movie ever again.
All right, now how about this?
Okay.
Would you rather rewatch this or Going Overboard?
Am I watching Going Overboard by myself or with friends?
By yourself.
Probably this, but it's I still have to think about it.
I'm watching this easily over Going Overboard, but I'm watching The Room over this. But that's not actually that bad of a thing about this movie because I'll take any excuse to watch The Room at this point because that movie's freaking hilarious, and that's not even like there's good movies that I'd watch The Room over that like there's like some really good movies that are like sad and depressing. Like I'd be like, oh, I'd rather watch The Room.
That's fair.
You're tearing me apart, Lisa.
In a few minutes, bitch.
I fucking hate you.
I did not hit her.
Anyway, how's your sex life?
Tobey Maguire asking Brad Pitt how his sex life is.
No. Well, Brad Pitt freaking killed himself like right after that scene. Probably he probably watched that scene and was just like, "Yep, it's done. We're done."
It's like, is this why Tobey Maguire didn't get any work in Hollywood for like 10 years?
Maybe.
All right, Ryan, I've been around the bush too long. Give me your rant. Give me everything you hate about this movie.
Oh boy, oh boy. It's just
Everything we
like,
got a wow.
yeah. So it's probably actually just like, it feels like Damien Chazelle got really, really high last night. Probably smoking some, not last night, sorry. Yeah, this movie didn't come out today. He got really, really high one night with Tobey Maguire, probably doing meth in the sex dungeon. And he
Hmm.
goes to the kitchen. And this is what we in the industry, Nate, call a metaphor. Maybe you should tell Damien Chazelle about it because it involves subtlety, which is something apparently he doesn't know how to do.
Whoa, oh,
Well,
whoa,
he
whoa, whoa,
does.
whoa, whoa,
He
whoa.
did know how to do it, and
Yeah,
then he
he
lost
did.
the touch.
He did. This is his
Damien
most
Chazelle in the
recent
big
work.
2022.
This is his most recent work. So I'm not gonna. For all I know, this is fucking Thunderstruck, and Kevin Durant traded the shoes with the kid, and now
Yeah.
he can't play basketball anymore.
That,
Um,
that actually is what happened here. What the hell? Because like Damien Chazelle is a very, very good director and has made two incredible films with Whiplash, my
yes.
all-time favorite, and La La Land, which is also absolutely amazing. I don't know
Can
what
I
the hell
continue?
happened here.
Can I continue my metaphor, please?
Perhaps.
All
Maybe
right.
I'll give you permission.
So it's like a drugged up Damien Chazelle went into the kitchen, and he's like, "I want mac and cheese." He's like, "Ah, shit, I want a burger." He's like, "Never mind, I want lasagna. I want chicken." And he's just throwing all this shit into a pot, and we end up with like 6 fucking entrees that are all kind of mushed together and don't make sense. And there's hints of good things in them because it's good food, but you're eating 5 different meals, so you don't know what the fuck's going on, and you don't enjoy any of it.
So this kind of sounds like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, but just like remove a couple of meals.
Yeah. This is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. If it didn't have the fun energy of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, it was sad and depressing and horny.
Very horny, I might add. Extremely.
Very horny.
Like it's like Damien Chazelle finally has got like raging teenage hormones now or something. Um, and just like, wrote this thing. Probably while gooning too.
I will say when I turned this on earlier in the week and the first thing I see is an underage woman peeing on a director.
Oh my gosh, dude, that I wanted to turn the movie off after that. Like I genuinely like it was
I I
dude,
I came
I
very close to texting the group chat and be like, I think we're gonna switch the movie for this week.
you know, I watched the rest of that scene for a little bit, then I paused it. I went to go get myself some food and I pondered and I was like, can I just go into this episode like just stealing an opinion from somebody else and just going with it for the episode? But I pushed through and I regret it.
I did come very close to switching the movie, but then I remembered, I did used to like this movie. I'll push through to the end, see if I still like it, and I still had to watch it again just to determine if I liked it or not.
So I really watched this twice in the same week.
I
That's
did.
actually crazy.
Yeah.
How did
I
you
don't even want to
manage?
watch.
6 hours of my life.
I'm,
Never getting it back.
So, all right. So the reason I watched it again today was because I watched it right after work one day. So I was already just out of it for the day. And I was just kind of like, I'm sitting there like, I don't know if I even like this movie. It's gonna be like a 10-minute episode if I even do it at this point.
Yeah, Nate texted me. He's like, I don't know if I like this movie, and my eyes fucking lit up.
It's like, wait a second, I might not have to watch this thing.
I get an uncontested excuse to hate.
Well, no,
Imagine if
you still
this
have
would have
that
been a funny
excuse.
episode. Yeah.
No, I'll still hate, but it's contested because you still like this movie. If you didn't
Oh,
like this movie, it would have been an uncontested reason to hate.
all right, that's fair. But
And
you can
you know
you
me.
can just save all that energy for the Donnie Darko episode.
Yes. No. Noah might fuck around and like that movie because he's a
No,
pretentious. He's a pretentious
no,
high schooler.
no, he
You
won't.
know, wait, hold up. Okay, so are we actually doing that?
Eventually.
Hmm.
Don,
You know, I'm not very familiar with this movie.
let's put it this way: Memento is what Donnie Darko fans think Donnie Darko is.
Guys, I think I'm probably gonna
And,
love that movie.
No,
and
no,
Babylon.
no, you
Babylon is
won't.
what Donnie thinks it is.
Guys, I think
God,
I'm gonna actually think that movie's a masterpiece.
No, because
I'm sorry.
I really like
I'm
Memento, and I
sorry, bro.
fucking
I'm warning
hate
you.
Donnie Darko.
No, I'm warning you. I'm probably gonna F around and like that.
Noah, if you like Donnie Darko, I'm gonna come to your house and execute you on a live stream.
Are we doing that for like a bad movie?
No, one of
No,
either
no.
myself or Ryan are just gonna pick it as our movie.
Why not just as like a bad
I'm
movie?
not doing it for a bad movie because we have to watch the bad movies, and I like making the bad movies fun. And Donnie Darko won't make me fun; it will make me angry.
But like going overboard was made you angry.
But we didn't watch
Like
Yeah,
that
but that's it.
together.
Yeah,
that
and
we should have.
that's also at least like an attempt at comedy. Donnie Darko is an attempt at trying to be
It was
smart.
a failed attempt. It was like a historically bad failed attempt.
Oh no, yeah. But Donnie Darko is like an attempt at like a 14-year-old trying to write how adults interact with each other.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna love this movie.
All right. Well, let's just put it this way. Let me go to Letterboxd real quick. See what the cinephiles say it is.
Well, I'm not a cinephile, so I'm gonna disagree with them.
So it has a 4.0 on Letterboxd.
Okay, never mind. I might hate this. You know, I don't know actually. I probably just think it's mid.
No, it's bad. It makes me want to hurt myself and others.
I hurt myself today.
Random Johnny Cash appearance.
Hmm.
Someone get
You got
Joaquin
Johnny
Phoenix on the phone.
I was just thinking of the Logan trailer whenever I think of that song.
Oh yeah, I forget. See, I hate that I forget about that trailer because it came out 8 years ago.
What, 8 years ago?
Eight,
Holy shit.
no, what, 8 years
Logan
ago in the
Logan
big 2017.
Logan came out in 27 or maybe it was 2019. Either way, that's still pre-COVID.
No, I think it was 2017.
2017. Yep. So that means the
2019
trailer
feels,
probably released in 2016.
oh my gosh, 2016 is like a decade ago nearly.
Yeah, so it released in March of 2017. So the trailer was definitely out in 2016.
Ah.
All right. Well, Noah, it's your turn to shit on this movie now. Yeah, actually, Noah, I'm all right. So we've established that the first 30 minutes before the title card is bad. Yes, we can all
Yeah,
agree
like
on
a
that.
fucking, it's a 30-minute orgy, bro. It was so weird and it was, yeah, but
It's the
why is
only
the
part I
title,
like.
okay, why'd they wait a whole 3 minutes for the freaking title card, bro? It's so random.
I don't know. We can all agree that the first 30 minutes is bad. Yes?
Extremely,
Mhm.
yeah.
Okay. However, that in between part between the title card and Tobey Maguire, I think is really well done.
I wouldn't say really well done, but it's watchable.
All right. Why do you
It's
All
yeah,
right.
it's more than watchable actually. It's actually pretty solid.
Yeah, I think
I'm
it's
not
good.
gonna go off that part.
I enjoy that middle part.
Yeah, but here's what you got to think of. If I get a sandwich, right?
What?
What are we talking about?
think about it. If I get a sandwich, right? It has some great bacon, a nice pepper jack cheese, some barbecue sauce, maybe hot sauce, right? Good sandwich in the middle, and then I put it in between two pieces of shit. Like, I'm not gonna want to eat that sandwich.
Fair.
If my experience is bookended by two awful, horrible, shitty experiences, no matter how good that middle part is, I'm not gonna want to experience it.
No, I mean
Can't blame you.
it's totally valid. All right, so
Someone cooked here.
bless you.
Thank you.
So after the title card, we get the war, quote unquote, during the silent film era still.
Mhm.
I thought that was shot really well done. It felt very intense when he was just trying to get a camera, and it seemed like it was gonna be the end of the fucking world if he didn't get this stupid camera.
Well, it would have been.
Yeah,
Well,
Tobey
and
Maguire would have captured him, put him in a sex dungeon.
but like that's what I mean when I'm talking about the evolution of film, because like they shot films just in the open before sound studios and all that, so they had to work with whatever natural light they had.
I mean, films are still sometimes shot on location and stuff, but
I know, but like most of the time films are shot in studios at this point.
yeah, if
Like
they're retarded.
even even going to like the 80s and 90s, like it was mostly sound studios at that point.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. I wasn't alive then.
I don't know, me neither.
No, man, I know
I've also
everything
never
about
been to a
that
movie
those
set.
times.
I've also never been to the 80s or 90s.
That's true.
You know, I feel like Ryan would have liked those times, but like not as much as, earlier times.
Yeah, I like 40s and 50s would have been Ryan's peak.
Hmm.
All right, I guess I can't defend this movie anymore. Just everybody's got to go on their tangent.
Okay, well, no, okay, so this movie is not bad, I will say. I give it a, I'm just gonna review my review score. Usually we do review scores like later on, I don't care. I give it a 5 out of 10 because listen, that middle part is actually pretty enjoyable. I was like, so like the first 30 minutes were very jarring for me, and I was like, oh my gosh, this movie's gonna be horrible. Um, but then I slowly started to like be like, okay, never mind, this movie might not be too bad. Okay, I started getting a little invested. I was like, all right, this is a pretty well shot movie. The acting's pretty good. The story's starting to get me a little bit interested. I mean, it's still kind of messy in parts, but it's not bad. It's enjoyable. Okay, we got momentum, and then all of a sudden we meet Tobey Maguire's character, and yeah, that's where happiness ends. And
That's where
so.
happiness ends.
And so, okay, let's break this down. All right, so the first half hour of the movie, absolutely horrible. The middle part of the movie, like a 7 out of 10,
Yeah,
pretty good.
so we'll say like the middle like hour and a half ish.
Yeah, I would say that's like a solid 7, 6.5 type thing. Pretty good. Not perfect, far from perfect, but pretty good. Uh,
I'd agree.
and
I'd
then
agree.
the the last hour, oh my gosh. I can't how do I describe what I saw? So, as we have alluded to, there was a sex dungeon that Tobey Maguire had in this movie. Yes, I'm not making this up. I wish I was. And
No shit. There I
Peter
uh,
was.
Parker got a
At
hold
Toby,
of the symbiote again.
no shit. There I was at Tobey Maguire's sex dungeon.
I got kidnapped by Tobey Maguire. And so uh, yeah, we get a tour of a sex dungeon. Somehow, not even the most disturbing thing in the movie. Eh, it
No, it's
probably
not.
is.
I wouldn't. I would say the
But the
beginning
part,
part was more
there's
disturbing.
a, I don't know, yeah, the beginning part. I don't know. Both are really bad though. Both are very
Honest,
disturbing. It's
in
like
all
the
honesty,
LeBron and Michael Jordan debate of what's more disturbing between those two.
So
in
no,
all honesty,
Both extremely disturbing.
I want to say this about that. So I saw this in a letterbox review. I'd have to find it again. And I'm not saying I agree with this, but somebody was like, this is one of those people that said, "Oh, it's a un, unappreciated masterpiece." It was like, "Oh, this dungeon scene is a commentary on the Hollywood elite and how they traffic people to star in movies and stuff like
What,
that."
like a freaking pity party or something? Like what the
Yeah,
hell is
no,
this?
that's exactly what they were saying. Like it is a quote unquote commentary on the Hollywood elite, and that's why nobody went to go see it was because
But
Hollywood
this is
suppressed it.
but this is literally made by a Hollywood elite. I mean, not really, but like there's like mega stars in this movie. Like,
Yes, no,
why would you
I
have a message like that? You have Brad Pitt, Margot Robbie in your movie, and you're talking about, oh, the Hollywood elites, they do all this and whatnot.
no, I completely agree with your sentiment. Like I don't agree with what the letterbox reviewer said at all. I just thought that would be something to bring up because I think it's
What about?
insane how people are like trying to pull strings to say this is a perfect film. Because even me, as someone who likes it, I know this is not even close to perfect.
no, it's not even close to good.
All right, pal.
You say all right, pal, like you have somebody else in this podcast to back you up.
I like this movie. I'm
All
not
right.
afraid to admit it.
Be afraid.
What's the one freaking clip from Punisher where he's like, oh yeah, I liked it. It's like that. That's the
Oh, when
freaking
he's
that's
in the,
Nate right
when
now.
he's in court.
Yeah.
I do it again.
And I liked it.
So like I haven't watched Punisher, so like what did he do?
No, that was in Daredevil season 2. That was when he
Whatever.
got arrested
Mm-hmm.
He had a he had
after
a
he killed all the mobsters in New York.
Oh,
he had a
valid.
he had a Hollywood sex dungeon.
John Bernthal would never.
Dude,
Well, I
John
thought I
Bernthal.
I would think Tobey Maguire would never, but
We need to talk about this.
that is the
John
last guy I would have expected.
John Bernthal. We need to get that man reined in. We got to get that dude a nap. You know how much that guy hates naps? I think it's
Oh,
insane.
he's the biggest nap hater of all time.
And
Listen, I am
as three nap enjoyers on this podcast, like we
I'm
gotta
a
show
nap
brother life.
enthusiast.
Yeah, don't disrespect us by saying enjoyers. We are nap connoisseurs.
Yeah, I'm a nap
Right.
enthusiast, bro. The after church naps, oh my gosh.
I didn't want to toot my own horn so much by saying I'm something at the level of a connoisseur, but if you guys think so,
I'm something of a napper myself.
So is that it? No one else has any more thoughts on this amazing
No, 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 I
movie?
have a lot more. Okay, I have a lot more thoughts. I've just been distracted. So, the ending is absolutely awful. It's so like like what so it's like a TikTok montage of a bunch of different. It's like some like film edit account. It's just like this is the history of cinema, and then we're gonna put it together a bunch of clips and put it over some music and stuff. And yeah, this is a really cool edit. And but it's like the ending of an actual Hollywood production. So yeah, that's whack. And it's just like so I already picked up on all like the singing in the rain inspiration throughout the entire movie. It was extremely obvious, which I thought it was cool. And then
yeah,
they just have like the main character was like Manny or whatever his name is, and he bro just crying watching Sing in the Rain for like 5-10 minutes, and I'm like, we get it, Damien Chazelle. You watched Singing in the Rain and you made this movie. Um,
yeah.
so. I thought that it's just so in your face, like, oh, this is my love letter to cinema and stuff. And it's like, cool. I already got that from the movie you actually made, not you being in
Yeah.
my face about it.
Yeah, not your
And it's just
fucking.
so weird. He's such a good director too. There's no reason he should have like something this stupid in here. Like, it's dumb.
No. What my biggest gripe with that end, first of all, the fact that it was just stupid and unnecessary. But like it was supposed to be, it was framed to be seen as like Manny's perspective. So like, why were we showing clips from like Terminator and Jurassic Park?
Yeah, where did like the Terminator and Jurassic Park stuff? Like, where did that come from? What
Damien
does Terminator
Chazelle.
and Jurassic Park got to do with this goofy movie?
Damien Chazelle's like, guys, I want to introduce you to something I love: movies. He just gives us a fucking greatest hits. Just like it's like when you were in middle school and your friend like found something he was like really into. If it was like him getting into like sports before you or like wrestling or something, he's like, "Hey, bro, check out this edit." That's what Damien Chazelle's doing.
Yeah, it's a film major showing you an edit he made on TikTok, and just here is the history of cinema.
Here is the. Hold on, I gotta find it again.
And,
I
and,
find.
it's just Jurassic Park and Terminator.
The entire history of cinemas: Jurassic Park and Terminator.
Dude, when I saw the freaking P1000, I was like, what the hell? It's just there's no way that was in a big budget Hollywood movie. Like there's no way they put just a clip from Terminator 2 into this freaking movie, bro. Like, like, I don't
Yeah,
know,
absolutely.
man. Like I don't think I have to explain just how like just silly that is.
All right,
I
so
don't think you do.
that end scene took place in what, like 1960, probably.
1957.
Yeah, when
It,
Singing in the Rain came out.
okay, so this is every movie that came out afterwards that was in that montage. Ben-Hur, which came out in '59. Psycho.
Good movie.
Uh, My Life to Live, which was a French film, came out in 1962.
You know,
Uh,
I will say, if it was just Psycho and Ben Hur,
Absolute cinema.
well, all right. So even then, though,
right?
like it's the way it's framed, it's supposed to be Manny watching Singing in the Rain, right?
Yeah.
So it would make sense. So he says in the movie he hasn't been to the movies in a long time. So it would make sense if he was watching Singing in the Rain and he just had this like flashback of all the movies he's seen, because that's what it started with. It started with a flashback of the first time he met Nelly to like when he became the studio executive and all that. And
Honestly,
then
when that started, I thought they were just gonna like recap the movie we just saw. I thought
honestly,
it was gonna be, I thought it just like, yeah, here's what hit, yo, all right, so it's been a long movie, so yo, let's recap real quick.
that would have been much more
Last,
forgivable. That would have been so much more forgivable, in my opinion.
I, s- I would have made fun of it even more. I'm not gonna- here's the movie you literally just watched.
Listen,
Let's recap. Oh man,
but no, but like,
gosh.
so they framed it to start, or Chazelle framed it to start as like, all right, he's reminiscing on his time in the movie industry, and they just randomly start playing Ben Hur and Terminator 2.
It's like they could have had movies that were already out and like or like he worked on, and then it's just like, yeah, Jurassic Park and Terminator 2.
And
It came
2001: A
out
Space
30
Odyssey.
years later. Yeah,
yeah,
they
he's
said
probably dead
2001
by
A
the time.
Space. They insert 2001 a Space Odyssey, which is 2001 a freaking. Oh my
Oh
gosh,
yeah,
I'm not
and
gonna say that.
Tron too, randomly.
Yeah, but like, okay, a quick 2001 A Space Odyssey rant. That's probably the worst thing that's attached to 2001.
Yikes.
So that's that movie is, oh my gosh, I hate that. I hate
Oh,
that
and
movie.
also randomly getting clips from Avatar, which came out in
Yeah,
2009.
Dude, like they literally had a movie that came out like in freaking 3D and stuff. Like, we're not serious, bro. This movie's about the transition from silent films to sound, and then we're like, hey, let's go show a movie that was released in like freaking 3D, bro.
Let's go show a movie that was released in IMAX.
And I love how it's literally like just the exact clip from the movie. It's not like nothing's edited about it or anything like that. It's just the clip.
Yeah, let's show a movie
It's
that came out when
just
President Obama was in office.
I don't think I've ever seen that before. Okay, guys, have you ever seen like just a clip from a completely different movie in another movie?
No, I
If
cannot say
it's
that I have.
Like
Unless it's unless it's a movie about a movie.
yes, but even then, like usually that would be like you should the scene from the movie, like part of it is just like it's not like the full frame. It'll be like on the screen for the net, like the movie theater or
Yeah,
something or
like
whatever.
they're just at the theater at a movie randomly.
Yeah, exactly. It's not the clip. Like,
it's
like
on in the back.
exactly. And no, this is just the clip. It's just yeah, what people actually saw in theaters when the movie came out.
Or in this case, years before the movie came out somehow.
Yeah, bro got broken see into the future and he saw Terminator 2 and Avatar.
I
He
think
should have warned us about how bad that was going to be.
I think Damien Chazelle just took a list of some of his favorite movies and said, "Find a way to incorporate these in the movie."
And I want
Yo,
it on my
guys,
desk.
I've got a crazy idea. How
What's
did Damien Chazelle make this movie, bro?
so I saw a comparison. Do you guys know what The Fablemans is? Ryan, I was assuming you
Yeah, it's
know.
a good movie.
No, I do not.
So the Fablemans is like a loose telling of Steven Spielberg's life, directed by Spielberg.
No, autobiography movie.
Yeah, but it's like not even close. Like it's it's hard to explain. Like it's an autobiography, but it's very loosely an autobiography.
Like
And that,
Steven
very.
Spielberg. How Steven Spielberg felt making a movie about himself.
but like that's Spielberg's love letter to cinema films or film. And
No,
I saw a comparison that Babylon was just a horny Fablemans.
And bad.
yeah.
I see it.
I mean, no, because like when you break it down, they're all just a love letter to cinema, and like that's a fairly like hit. Like there's a lot of those movies coming out recently.
Yeah.
I'd
Can
agree.
we like make like real movies now?
I mean, I enjoy a good love letter to cinema.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this isn't one though.
All right.
yeah. This is a letter to cinema. Yo, cinema. I wrote you, but you still ain't wrote back.
Cinema put that in the trash.
Cinema put that in the trash.
Cinema left you on scene.
I'm
Cinema
doing 90 on the freeway.
Cinema left me undelivered.
Oh, man, cinema left me unopened.
All right, we've hit our hour quota. Do you want to get into final thoughts so I can love this letter?
Final thoughts?
I can love
Dude,
this movie in
dude,
peace.
I've got so many more thoughts, dude.
Do
You
you?
don't even know.
Oh, I'm ready.
Oh
I want to
my
hear them.
gosh. Full opinion
But
dropping in 20 minutes.
I
make a
don't have
Uh,
20
segue.
minutes. I gotta work tomorrow.
no, you don't.
Uh,
Okay. So, all right.
start.
Let me break it down for you. So, basically, I'm still in shock because Damien Chazelle made this movie, and I'm like, how? You know, like it just doesn't make any sense, right? So trying to explain this movie now, it's like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood story structure meets Great Gatsby and Singing in the Rain somehow, and
And
morphs
Terminator.
together into this creation.
Yeah, that's accurate.
It was certainly a creation.
Yeah, this was certainly made. Like I can 100% tell you that.
This was certainly written, directed, and produced.
Yeah,
Also, I
not well,
just
but
looked
it
it up.
was.
Damien Chazelle's next movie is supposed to come out this year.
Damien Chazelle threatens to
No,
release a new movie.
It's apparently a prison drama.
Oh, fun. Could be good, I
it's
guess,
called.
maybe.
It's called. Oh wait, no. I thought his next film was going to be that Evil Knievel movie with Liam.
I don't know. This is just what Google said. Untitled film, a prison set drama, is expected to be released in 2025.
I don't think Evil Knievel went to prison. I could be wrong.
But then
Evil
else also does say Evil Knievel on tour.
Knievel Shutter Island. He just thinks he's Evil Knievel. He keeps trying to get into stunts that break bones in his body. He can't do it.
All right, Noah, what other thoughts do you have?
You know, this movie did not need to be 3 hours.
I
Just
agree.
didn't.
I agree.
Like,
This movie might not even have needed to be 2 hours.
it's kind of this movie might not have needed to be made. So it's like it's so weird because you would think in a 3 hour movie like the characters would be really fleshed out and like have interesting arcs and all that. They really don't. Like,
No, I forget if the Asian one and the black one do anything in this movie. Like I don't even
the,
remember their names. Like you think I'm trying to make a funny haha? I just called them that because it was the easiest way to identify them because I don't fucking remember their names.
yeah, no, I don't remember. Okay, what names do I remember? What was all right, I
There's
remember
Nelly,
yeah, Nelly and then
Jack.
what was it? Conrad, Jack Conrad,
Manny.
and that's it.
The black
Jack
guy's name was
on there.
Sidney Palmer, I believe.
What did he even do? He had like
He
he's
was
supposed to be like one of the main characters or something. He does nothing.
the jazz
Yeah. I know
bad
he's the
guy
jazz guy. All he does is freaking play his trumpet and that's it.
and put on blackface in one scene, even though he was
Oh
already
yeah.
black.
That was
Extra.
not gonna say anything more about that.
He got that premium blackness.
No,
All
no,
right.
no.
No, we're not gonna let that one go.
No, no,
It's
no. We're
it's
not
staying in
going
the
there.
front.
Oh man, you edit this. Well,
I'm
at
not
least
touching
you're
this audio.
don't touch me.
And then the Asian lady's name was Faye, Lady Faye.
Wow,
Cool.
excellent.
Anyway, okay, so Mandy's character, what are his like character traits and like his arc?
I
No,
don't care.
there is none. There are no arcs.
Exactly. Okay, well, and explain Nellie's character and like what she goes through now.
No, so Nelly and Manny, they're the same character. They're both just two people driven by ambition, and that ultimately have the best.
Everybody in this movie is driven by it, but it's all the same storyline.
No,
It's,
it
oh, what
is.
if everyone was driven by ambition and then they fall off and it's wow, so riveting.
Yeah, that's the movie. You just described the movie.
3 hours, by the way. Conrad was cool, but Conrad is literally a character ripped straight from Singing in the Rain. I forget the dude's name, but like it's the same premise where it's like a movie star in the freaking silent films, and now he's like all washed up because he has to do talking films and he can't act well at all. Um, Same
You're
exact
telling
story,
me that
except he doesn't kill himself though. So at least there's that. And Singing in the Rain, of course.
I will say that Brad Pitt and Margot Robbie, their ability to like be good actors in the context of the film's universe and then be bad in on the screen in the film, I thought that was really well done.
Yeah,
Mhm.
cool. But anything else you want to talk about? Let's see. There's so many drawn out scenes where it's just like, why? Also, what is David Chazelle just loves jazz, like
you like
so
jazz.
much.
He just likes jazz. I don't.
He likes it a little too much. Like I've seen now 3 Damien Chazelle movies, and all of them heavily feature jazz. Like
All right, well,
Granted, two of them it does make sense.
no, so
at least,
in the context of being in the 1920s and 30s, like jazz music was the only real popular music.
yeah, no. But according to The Great Gatsby, it was hip hop.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
Jay-Z.
Tupac literally beefed with NWA in 27. I don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, what does NWA stand for, Ryan?
Uh,
He knows.
nice white alternative.
No, I in for the time period in the movie, like jazz being the music makes sense. For as
Also,
heavily
oh,
as
by
it
the
was
way,
featured, it doesn't make
people
sense.
were people in the 20s this freaky? Because, like, oh my
Yes,
gosh, like,
yes, they
it
were.
was, yeah, crazy work. See, Gatsby's parties were crazy, but like, people were not getting this freaky.
Well, yeah, it's because
Bro,
Gatsby was rated PG-13.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
no, Gatsby was an honorable man. That's why.
yeah. Gatsby wasn't trying to have all these freaky parties being put on for what was the girl's name that he's
Da-
trying to go after?
Daisy.
Daisy or something? Yeah, sounds right. By the way, she was chopped, but anyway.
She was chopped.
That's mean. I shouldn't have said that.
Nah, you valid for that.
Like,
Daisy's chop shit.
I think it's just the hair that was just not doing any favors because the hairstyle they had in the 20s or whatever. Which, by the way, why does Margot Robbie not have that? It's just like they don't want Margot Robbie to look chopped.
Yeah, she's too hot to have it.
Hmm. Yeah, they just have her like get a like more modern hairstyle in the 20s.
Oh, yeah, that's just how they looked in New Jersey, I guess.
I guess so. New Jersey just want to be different. What happens in New Jersey? Yeah, exactly.
Terrible reality TV shows.
Hey, Jersey Shore's better than Babylon.
Uh,
Okay, I think that's all I have.
all right,
Yep, that's all I got.
all right, Ryan, hit us with your final thoughts.
That's all she wrote, folks.
Ryan, go
Bad
ahead.
movie.
Oh
Stupid movie.
no.
People will try to claim it's a misunderstood masterpiece, which
Mm.
explains why film bros get no bitches. Brad Pitt was cool though. 3.5 out of 10.
No, Film Bro's got to be the worst. Just, yeah.
Yeah, film bros are paramount to terrorists, to be honest.
I love that, they love movies, but actually, do they?
Yeah,
No,
nobody hates movies more.
film bros just like to
Yeah.
be controversial.
Film Bros when it comes to trying to be smarter than everybody else instead of actually enjoying movies.
All right, Noah, what's your final thought? I guess you already gave your score.
I'm gonna give it again anyway to assert dominance. 5 out of 10. It's a really strange. It's a really strange movie. And I've tried to explain it and break it down for you guys here today, and I hope I've done a good job at it. But at the end of the day, I still don't know what I've watched.
Oh boy.
So I hope Damien Chazelle doesn't do this again.
But make a movie or make a movie like this?
Make a movie like this because I know he's got talent. But maybe he's just washed.
He had a list
Watched
they
it
had to
like
be
he's
running
still he's
2014 and
he's still
2015.
young though, pretty young though, I would think. Like,
I think he's
why would
40.
Bro be washed? Yeah, you're I mean for a director, that's the in NBA terms, you're like 25. Like, come on.
Yeah, he's just getting started.
Uh-huh.
Or finished, if this is anything to indicate.
Oh no.
It's like Ben Simmons being washed at 25.
All
They were
right.
just Ben Simmons comparisons. Oh
Well,
boy,
I
that's
like this
mean.
movie, and I'm not afraid to say it. No, it
So,
was really weird at the end. Like the last hour is strange and
It was weird throughout it
unnecessary.
all.
The middle was solid and enjoyable. The beginning 30 minutes was also very strange. I still like it overall. I like a lot of the camera work that Giselle used. I mean,
Are you
you can
are you
tell.
sure?
I mean, you can tell it's a Giselle movie, like the way he whips the camera around. Everything is continuous shots.
No, and jazz.
Yeah, and jazz. But I gave it four
and the little.
stars, and it's an 8.3 out of 10.
Boo.
Boo!
I like this movie, and I'm not afraid to say it.
You were afraid to say it for the entire review until now.
I
Hmm.
said the whole time that I like this movie.
Maybe when I
Uh,
rage bait. 8 out of 10
mhm.
rage bait. What if we just like what if me and Ryan actually like this movie, but we just came together just to hate on it for no
Mm,
reason and rage bait?
See, that would be funny, and I would believe that if Ryan hadn't been telling me for the past 3 days how much he hates this movie.
Or like what if that was part of the bit though?
Oh, Ryan was a part of the bit.
Yeah, we came
Uh,
together and conspired to do this.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
all
we
right.
did. I actually really love Toby Maguire and his sex dungeon.
I really loved how like none of the characters have character arcs or anything. They're all just kind of the same. And I love Tobey Maguire's Sex Dungeon too. And I love
Yeah,
the first 30 minutes where it's just an orgy.
with
And I
I
love
love.
the cringe ass TikTok edit at the end.
with people peeing on each
Hmm.
other.
Yeah, that scene was really necessary. I'm glad they added that one in.
I love how Brad Pitt just randomly kills himself for no reason.
Well, no, because he's just washed up. So like, if his career is done, so clearly he's got to be donezo with his life.
Yeah, I mean, what else
I
is he
mean,
gonna do?
I'm
His life is
washed up.
donezo.
I'm washed up. You don't see me running to the nearest hardware store to go buy some rope.
Wow, washed at 25 is crazy. What are you, 23?
23.
He's 21.
Nuh-uh.
I'm
I
close.
forgot he was in his unk. I just assume you're out of college just because like you're not like. Oh wait, are you currently taking classes or
Me?
am I
Yeah,
retarded?
Oh no,
Okay.
yeah.
Noah said
Why do I think of
23.
you as out of college?
No, Noah said 23
Nate,
and
Nate,
reminded
you're
me.
you're 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 a friggin' married man. You're like 20. What are you? 23, 24?
I'm 22. I'll be 23 this year though.
Oh my gosh, bro. Why do I keep thinking you guys are old?
You're thinking of Logan. Logan's 24, 25.
No, Logan's older than
I'm,
that. Logan's like 26.
No, he's
yeah,
Logan's
not.
been old forever.
No, he's
yeah, he
Bro,
not.
is.
Logan's old, man. Logan's been out of college for a minute. Actually, no, he wasn't even no, out of the freaking when he went to boot camp or whatever for a long time. Because this dude, okay, break this down. He went to boot camp like early in the league's history, like 5, 6 years ago.
Mhm.
So,
I'm looking on
and
his
I don't think.
Instagram to see if he
Oh, okay.
posted when he
Wait.
graduated
So
high
he.
school.
He's like 25.
No,
Okay.
he was literally born in the 90s. He's 26.
Oh my gosh, yeah, he is. That's
He
right.
graduated in 2017.
Oh my.
Yeah. So he's 26.
Graduated in 2017. That is insane.
All right, so if at his oldest he would have been 18,
He's 26.
He's
25.
26. He was born in 1999. He's turning 26 this year at the very least, if he's not already.
Oh Lord.
Nate, let's do this. Do you know how to do math?
I just did the math, motherfucker. If he was 18 when he
You did.
graduated, then he'll
He's
be
26. In 2017, 2 plus 5 is 7. Or 3, sorry. No, 3 plus 5 is 8. 18 plus 8 is
Oh my
26.
gosh. The high school education system. Anyway, so while my
2017
co-host
graduated is crazy.
graduated this dude, I'm graduating 8 years after this dude graduated. Holy
I was in middle school when he graduated high school.
dude,
Yeah, I would have been
this
8th
dude
grade.
was a freaking upperclassman when LeBron came back down 3-1 in the finals.
I was I was all right, so in May of 2017, I would have been in 8th grade.
In May of 2017, I would have been in like fourth grade. Yeah, I was still playing with toys and doing all that, and
Bro was playing with G.I. Joe when Logan was graduating high school.
all right, G.I. Joe Unks played with that. All right, Logan was playing with G.I. Joe as a kid, not me.
All right, let's wrap this podcast up. I want to go to bed.
All right, hit
No,
us with
this
the
is
outro,
hilarious.
Ryan.
Let's keep. No, I don't want this one to end. I
No,
love
I've
this
got to
one.
I've got to go to bed too. I got to work in the morning.
What time? Holy crap! Yeah. Never mind. Maybe we should wrap this up.
All right. Well, I can wrap it up. Fucking let me talk. Holy shit. Um,
No.
my bad. Thank you for joining us, everybody. Next week, we're gonna try to do an episode on Friday, I think, something like that, possibly. I don't know.
What movie are we doing?
I still don't know. It's between two. I'll figure it out soon. It's either Top Gun or L.A. Confidential. I'm probably gonna do L.A. Confidential. I wanted to do Top Gun because Val Kilmer, but then I realized that like Top Gun's boring.
Wait,
Like
why
I
don't we
like
just do
Top Gun.
Tombstone?
Yes, that's what we're doing. Next week we're coming to you with Tombstone. It has
Okay.
been written. It has been set in stone. It has been set in Tombstone.
All
So
right.
next week is Tombstone. Then Bad Movie of the Month. We'll round out April with Batman Forever.
W.
Why do we have to put that as bad movie of the month? I feel just like,
Because Val Kilmer's Batman in that movie. So we're doing that this
yeah,
month, and
I
we're doing
know.
Batman and Robin next month.
Double up, Batman Forever and Batman and Robin. Screw it.
I'm not watching Batman and Robin and Batman Forever back to back.
Come
I'm not
on, that's
watching
cinema.
I'm not watching Jim Carrey
We're watching
Riddler.
it together though.
I'm not
We'll be fine.
I'm not
We'll endure
watching
it.
Jim Carrey Riddler followed by Arnold Schwarzenegger Mr. Freeze.
Oh yeah, we watching that.
Chill out.
We'll be there.
That
Have an ice
Batman
day.
that whole episode is
isn't.
just gonna be us saying ice puns. I already see it.
Oh man, absolute cinema. We will be
The fucking
seated.
I will be
the
seated.
Ar- the Arnold the Arnold and Uma Thurman dream team.
Hey, Uma Thurman in that movie.
And I be forgetting Uma Thurman was in that movie. Oh my gosh. From Kill Bill to Batman and Robin. Yikes. Anyway, let's end this thing.
She really did
You know
Batman
what?
and
Okay.
Robin and then did Kill Bill right after it.
Anyway, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna say this about this episode though. This was a good episode. Great job. Thanks for picking this movie, Nate.
You're
It sucked,
welcome.
but it created good conversations.
Nate
Uma
beat the
Thurman
Nate.
went from Pulp Fiction to Batman and Robin.
Oh my! And then turned around and did Kill Bill.
Nice job,
What a-
Nate. We're congratulating you. You finally earned your wings. You are no longer the only member of the Bad Episode Club.
I mean,
What?
I'm
Where's the
still.
other member?
is,
Me?
is the other member in the room with us?
Was
No,
my
I said
Memento
you're.
episode? Was my Memento episode that bad?
No, Memento was a good
No, I
episode.
said no. Let me talk.
No, it wasn't.
I said Nate is no longer the only member in the Bad Episode Club. That means Nate was the only person in it before today.
Why
But
why would I be out of it?
Because today
get
was
to this
oh
episode.
my god! You're
No,
fucking
okay.
idiot. You're back
I
in the
took it
club.
as
I've still had bad
okay.
episodes.
I took it
though.
as somebody like joined them though, because you're talking about like only member in that club. So I'm like, no, did
you
you
know
think
what?
somebody?
No. Fuck this conversation. I did the outro. Episode's over.
All right, bye.